love is truly a feeling of union or connection with the other. That's what Libra Moon teaches us. It's a holy union with a friend, with a lover, with a partner, with a business partner, whatever it is. We want to be in sync, in harmony, and let's celebrate and focus on and shed light to those people in our lives that have been a light in our lives. Why do we focus so much on how so many people are hurting us? He hurt me, he didn't reply. She hurt me, she looked at me this way. Let's remember that there are people that want to love us. There are people that want to show us goodness in the smallest ways, like opening a door for us or wishing us well. Today we'll be discussing an astrological forecast, an update concerning the Libra full moon on the night or early morning of April 6th. April 6th Eastern Standard Time. I believe it'll be April 5th late at night, right before midnight, Central Standard Time and Pacific Standard Time. We are finally coming out of a dark age, not only an emotional dark age, but a dark age of knowledge being suppressed. Yet there are still forces, as we all know, with the current systems in place, say no more, that still want the knowledge to be suppressed or gate-kept. That is not my plan. I am on the wavelength of the age of Aquarius, meaning I am with the times. It's time to allow sacred knowledge to be accessible, yet maintain its sacredness. And when I say sacred, I know that can be connected to religious context, but I urge you to separate religion from that word and give it a deep feel in your heart and feel the seriousness and the groundedness of the mystical in the real time life through that word, because that is what sacred means. So the Libra full moon's coming. What can we expect? What are we feeling? Well, like any full moon, it's in opposition to the sun, meaning the sun will be in Aries. There's quite a few Aries placements going on, but during that time, April 6th, all planets are still direct. We're still smooth sailing until the first Mercury retrograde happening in April 21st, which is really nice. And a few days after April 6th, about 5 days after, Venus will enter Gemini, which will be a nice change of pace when it comes to the Venus sign. Libra is a Venus-ruled sign, so that's why I also bring up the Venus sign change a couple days after. When we tune into Venus energy is all about reception, femininity, the inner receptivity of gifts, abundance, wealth, and the outer receptivity of abundance, wealth, gifts, pleasures, and so on. The full moon in Libra invites us to come to a culmination or a completion of a relationship. Ooh, that felt heavy. For some of us, it will be heavy. I'm feeling that not only are there breakups around the corner, but yes, there are huge shadows that will go bigger if you've been trying to ignore or resist the truth or the reality of the relationship you're in. So before we get too deep and this starts to make us all question our entire lives, because that's what astrology, or especially working with the moon, because the moon is a subconscious planet and it works with the deep inner workings of our psyche and our spirit, it can be a little triggering. Let's talk about some of the positives as well. So the Libra full moon can also bring about a manifestation of a relationship. So there are some people that have been focusing on a specific union or a specific vision within a union that they have been craving, yearning for, imagining, visualizing, feeling, whatever it is. And that's coming too. So there will be actually some happy new couples and possibly some engagements as well as possibly some weddings happening or planned around this time. It's a great time to celebrate love, truly. It's a great time to write love letters to even our friends or our families, to write poetry. The Libra full moon is all about artistry and bringing artistry and thought to emotions, especially through the medium of relationships. So take the time to, if you are not in a relationship with someone romantically, know that you are in relationship with essentially everything around you. So maybe sing to the sky or sing to your plants or have a you and your dog kind of day and pamper your dog and take them to the most beautiful places and show them all the love, because the Libra full moon really tells us loving the other is loving the self. And that's just such a beautiful, beautiful lesson and a beautiful, beautiful thing about Libra, I will say, when used properly. So let's teeter back, as the Libra herself. Let's teeter back and consider what are the inner workings or more of the nitty-grittiness behind this moon cycle that we need to possibly reflect on. And obviously take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You are a sovereign creator of your life, and you know what you need more than anyone, I promise. When in relationship, if you're on the brink of a transformation or a completion with a relationship, this could also be a friendship or a business partnership that needs to be completed or done with or terminated. Ask yourself, what is the mental resistance? What is the mental story you are making about yourself if you walk away, if you leave that person, or if you continue with that person, if you continue with the relationship? Is there a mental story of being defeated, or you could have done more? And once you have become clear with the mental attachments, right? Because Libra is an air sign, with the mental attachments connected to the specific relationship and what it means to you, drop into the heart space and the body and the emotions and be honest about what you're feeling outside of what the mind is trying to make you feel. That's the hard part about this moon sign. I love this moon sign. The Libra moon people are always very in tune with others and caring, I've noticed. But because it's an air sign in the moon, it can be very unconsciously overthinking, anxious over relationships. And that's not helpful, honestly, to overthink or be anxious about relationships. And if a relationship is making you overthink or anxious over it in the first place, I would beg the question as to why you have not expressed that clearly to the other person in the relation. Because Libra moon at its peak is a very harmoniously relatable sign. So it means that there is a willingness to meet somebody in the middle and take deep consideration for what they are thinking, what they are feeling, what they are seeing, what they are perceiving, and taking that within yourself and honoring it. But if you can do that for another should be able to completely and wholly do that for you. 100%. There should be no questions and no excuses. And I know Libra placements will like to make excuses for people. They do, because there's either an attachment there or they just see the best in the person. Really depends on the dynamic, the unique dynamic. So don't think that being honest about how somebody really makes you feel takes away how much you love them and how much you care about them. It's just the honest truth of what you feel. And that's the culmination, that's the completion of the cycle, is becoming aware of our true feelings towards others and how they really make us feel. That in itself, being aware of that, is mind-blowing and completely expansive in the way that it makes us choose more consciously what levels of connection we are willing to receive and what we have transcended or outgrown. Because there is no need to be stuck somewhere that has already served you and done its time in your life, especially while in relationship. This can be extremely difficult when we feel comfortable, or we know that rocking the boat with somebody or speaking up towards somebody could potentially, not be completely received. But again, I beg the question, if you know within your own heart, and if you're being completely honest with yourself, if somebody spoke their complete truth to you and you would hold space for them, and you would hear them, and you would love them, and you would accept them, then why are you not worthy of that? Why are you not worthy of receiving that back, right? You are worthy of receiving all of the love, all of the care, all of the thought you put into your relationships, into what you feel towards others, completely all the way back into your own heart through whatever means a person wishes to express that to you that you are receptive towards. It could be gifts, it could be flowers, it could be words of affirmation, it could be quality time. I would also recommend take a love languages quiz during this time. And other than that, let's go back and truly celebrate love as a concept. Because love as a mental concept is truly just that. It's a concept. The mind can only wrap itself around so much. Love is truly a feeling of union or connection with the other. That's what Libra Moon teaches us. It's a holy union with a friend, with a lover, with a partner, with a business partner, whatever it is. We want to be in sync, in harmony, and let's celebrate and focus on and shed light to those people in our lives that have been a light in our lives. Why do we focus so much on how so many people are hurting us? He hurt me, he didn't reply. She hurt me, she looked at me this way. Let's remember that there are people that want to love us. There are people that want to show us goodness in the smallest ways, like opening a door for us or wishing us well, or, maybe cooking for us, or people show love in so many different ways. So let's be receptive to the different ways people are trying and want to show us love, and let's honor that. Let's honor that during this transit, and be completely receptive and grateful and open-hearted towards the ways that others have been showing us love, and how the universe, how the goddess, right, source, has been showing us love through these relationships and synchronicities and signs and feelings of hope and inspiration through others. Let's focus on that. Let's shine a light on that. But let's not bypass at the same time, right? This is Libra. We have this balancing act going on within ourselves towards others and ourselves, especially with the Aries Sun, Aries Mercury, Aries Jupiter, Aries Chiron, a lot of Aries in the air. So there's a lot of self-focus right now, which is great because it's the beginning of the year. The spring equinox began almost 2 weeks ago now. So it's time to renew and reset ourselves. But as we're doing this renewal and this reset, let us celebrate with the people that truly know us, that truly take the time to know us, that truly take the time to celebrate our minds, to sit with us, to hear us, to support our businesses, to possibly work with us hands-on or build with us. Whatever love you have received in these past 6 months, especially with the Libra Full Moon, right, was at the end of September, around my own birthday. The Libra New Moon was giving us so much potential and letting us plant seeds for the potentiality of relations and how we want to relate with others within business and love and romance and friendship. And we got to reflect on that and set intentions for that. So let's reap the rewards if you did set your intentions back then, unconsciously or consciously, whether or not you actively work with the moon cycles, and or you may be off and on with them, whatever that looks like for you in your spiritual practice and your spiritual union with the divine. That's yours to have. That's yours to use in the ways that you want to, that makes you feel most connected. But what I'm saying now is celebrate. Come together with people you truly love. Come together with people that have truly been there for you in the past 6 months, that have truly heard you and listened to you. And maybe, if you're like I have been in many years and seasons of my life, sometimes that feels like no one. I totally understand that as well. Sometimes it feels a little bit like you're doing this alone right now. And if that's the truth, like I said, it could be a pet, it could be with the earth, it could be with the sun. Celebrate in some kind of relation. Realize and notice your relation to all things. Everything is energy vibrating. Atoms do not stop. Energy does not become created or destroyed. It's in a constant flux. It's a constant flow of creation and materialization and destruction, right? Some things last longer materially than others. Some things appear to us physically longer than others. Rain may last an hour. A hard wooden desk may last 40 years. And how that's materialized in the cycle of its life and its death and the energy that it uses to materialize and to be in front of us to visually notice and see and mentally take note of is completely different. But at the same time, it's just that. It's all just energy presenting to you and presenting itself to you in different forms. Again, so if anything, ultimately, right, if we were to take this to an even higher perspective, and I invite you to even close your eyes in a slight meditation, a slight honoring, put your hands on your heart if you feel called to, and honor your relationship with the divine. Honor the last 6 months that you've taken time to connect with something greater than you. Could be whatever universe you feel, right? That thing that makes you feel peace. Because that's ultimately what Goddess, what source, what universe, what these words that encapsulate the one, the all, the almighty, the all-knowing, right, is pointing us to. And trusting in that and cultivating a relationship with that brings so much peace and so much harmony. Whew. So feel that relief when you connect with that. And I would even invite you to out loud say, I invite the divine into my own heart. I see myself as divine. I'm in relationship with the divine every day. And notice how that feels, because it's true. So let the light of consciousness, let the light of this Libra new moon cast a light onto your ultimate relationship that should be reflecting and could be reflecting in all of your relationships, and that's truly the divine speaking to you. So whether it is pain you are feeling towards certain relationships and endings and breakups and breakthroughs that are coming through that you will have to take action and you'll have to leave or walk away or alter the dynamic to ultimately become happier within the relationship of yourself and the divine, then that is absolutely righteous. That is absolutely righteous. Do so harmoniously, do so consciously, do so with grace and poise and deep consideration for all those affected. And I'm sure if you're listening to this far, you have that in you. So the Libra Full Moon will be a beautiful, beautiful light onto us to complete this podcast and to possibly send you to bed or start your day. Hopefully, whatever you're doing, you're enjoying it. And to end this, I just want to thank you for tuning in and taking the time to become more conscious and aware. You are a brave soul for choosing this path, this spiritual path. It's not easy. And like I said, some of us may feel alone during this Libra full moon, but I promise you, you are not. You are not. Hey, at least you're listening to this with me, right? Kind of like we're spending time together, a little time together. A nice little session talking about astrology. So if you have any questions or would like to book a reading, comment below. And I'd love to send you a link to my site to stay connected at least. And or follow me on Instagram, connect with me on Instagram, message me, tell me who you are, what are you interested in, and Also, any questions about astrology, you can go to my account, Sophia_astrology, on TikTok or on Instagram. I love talking all things astrology all the time. You know where to find me. Thank you so much for tuning in. And this was a great podcast. Again, leave 5 stars if you loved it, and I will talk to you very soon. Peace.